I do want to mention that there is a guy here, and some of you had mentioned about seeing him um, crossing my screen in front of me. He's missing a limb. He did drink. Has dark hair, and he keeps showing me dark, bushy eyebrows. He seems grumpy. Very, I would say, very unhappy. Somewhat on the overweight side. Loved his food, he said.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm here. Have you been following me or are you new?
Yes, for years.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
I've
my last
never
name
seen your
changed,
name.
so it's
Oh,
yeah, it's my last name changed. I just got married.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so who was this to you again? Your dad?
my father. Yes,
Okay. I think I understand why he's coming forth. Was it the right leg?
yes.
Very grumpy, but now he's trying to soften himself.
Mhm.
Um, okay, Bernadette, I am going to need a little help from you tonight.
Okay, sure.
Have you come to terms with your dad's relationship with you to the point of forgiving him?
Yes.
Okay. He is in a state of learning still, and he's in flux, and he is coming forth with a message of I was the way I was because it was almost like it was program learned behavior,
Mhm.
and he is coming forth to actually be apologetic to you.
No.
um, he keeps saying he's very proud of you. Who's the little girl around you? Is that your
My
daughter?
little sister.
Is that your daughter?
No, I have a son, but I did have one that is over in spirit side.
Okay. Um, okay, because he's bringing up the little girl.
Mhm.
Let me find out why he's bringing her up.
Okay.
She's been teaching him kindness and how to forgive himself.
Mhm.
He's placed himself in a stagnant energy of unforgiveness, and
Mhm.
he's trying to learn why he wasn't able to overcome the abuse that he took in the programming of his mind when he was programmed the way he was. He doesn't understand
Mhm.
why he couldn't overcome it. So she's been trying to help him forgive himself in
Mhm.
a childlike sense. And he just keeps holding her hand and won't let go. She's been a huge help to him.
Mhm.
And he comes to you because you're a big part of his, it kind of feels like a heavenly AA program. You know what I mean?
So I'm in recovery. I've just under 10 years in recovery, and when he passed away, we didn't have a relationship since I was like three, because he was that bad. And when he was about to pass away, a cousin of mine called me and said that he's in the hospital about to die. And I haven't spoken to him in years. And I went to the hospital, and he was like in like a catonic state. And I held his hand and I said, "It's okay. I forgive you." And I only could do that because of the program that I work and because of recovery, because I had to look at him as like another addict suffering from the disease of addiction
Yeah.
and not this horrible person that like I grew up to hate.
Yeah, he's doing the same thing now with you.
Mm,
The cycle's
thank
coming
you.
back around. Um, who's the little girl?
So I lost a baby like many years ago,
Okay,
and
I kept hearing daughter, so I wanted to just
yeah,
make sure that's who it is. Okay.
and I in my heart believe it was a little girl, but it wasn't long enough into it.
Yeah.
But I always have dreams of a little girl, and I have a little boy. And when I was pregnant with my little boy, I thought he was going to be a girl because I was like, "There's this little girl," and like I've grown to know that that was this other soul that was going to come through that, and it wasn't the right time. At least that's what I feel, or I'm hoping that there's another one in my stomach that is a girl.
Okay. So yeah, it was a
Yep.
different last name. So I think I'm starting to realize what happened tonight with the phone, the new phone. you were the person I was supposed to help tonight, and I was being kept on helping. My new phone, he had just programmed it and did his little call or whatever they do. He hands it to me, and all of a sudden it starts ringing. I'm like, oh, are you calling me? Like, what is this? And he goes, no, your phone's working now. I'm like, I don't know who this person is. And I turned to her and I go, I don't know who the hell Bernadette is. Who the hell's Bernadette? Who the hell's Bernadette?
Right.
Yeah, on a brand new phone. I've yet to.
Wow.
Your name was the first one that ever came up on my brand new phone.
Right.
And it was him telling me to get the hell over here to do your reading because he's been waiting.
Right. And I never get a chance to watch you live. I always catch it late. And I finally, because you came on late, I was able to get my son to bed and watch the live.
So where do roses come in?
Love my favorite.
What?
My favorite.
It's her favorite flower. Yeah. The roses were dumped on her today. I'll show you.
Wow.
See this bowl?
Yeah.
It's full of roses.
Oh, yeah.
And it's
beautiful.
all over my desk now. Yep. Okay, so she was here by herself because I had to come in late because I had to wait for some packages to show up at the house. She said the whole bowl dumped and went onto the floor.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so he's been here all day. So I went, he reminded me of the bowl of roses. So I'm like, okay, where's the roses come in? Because obviously he's trying to show her something and me something through the roses.
Right.
He wants to express how much he really does love you. The person he was here isn't what his soul really entails. That's not who he is. Because we take on acting roles when we're here, okay?
Right.
He had to take on an acting role, but he said it wasn't his contract, that he had the will and the grace to overcome what he went through in a different way, but he chose not to. He felt deep down it was too hard, and he just kept giving up.
Yep.
Do you ever hear like loud noises in your house, like boom or bang or?
Not. It's like literally construction's going on.
Yeah.
That's how it always feels.
Boom, bang. Yeah, that's him. That's him.
Okay.
Usually they just tap, but I just hear like this boom, bang, and I'm like, that's loud. And then
like pans will crash, and I'm like, I'm really good about like knowing what energy is. And like lately, I'm like, who is trying to talk to me?
It's him.
And I wouldn't be familiarized with him because I didn't have a relationship with him. And you were saying that earlier. Someone asked that question. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like I wouldn't know what the signs were.
Yeah.
And now that makes perfect sense.
Now the reason he's doing that is because, and why it was picking up so heavily like that, is because he's getting ready to cross that threshold of forgiving himself. But you were the key to him being able to do that.
And I think a lot of it because I'm a lot like him as far as the addiction and that tendency went. So, and I do forgive him.
It's almost like an AA because he almost sees you as and the little girl as his like sponsor, and mainly her. She's gotten him through it. Like I'm gonna be honest, she's completely amazing. She really is. She would have probably been your rock, but she crossed because she had to help him. She wanted to do more things. She thought that she'd be held back by coming here. Like she was excited to come, and then once she was in conception, she's like, wow, it's really heavy here. I don't know if I want to do this. And she kind of backed out. She backed out. It had nothing to do with you. I'm going to tell you. It had nothing to do with you. She's
good.
She's like a go-getter fighter. Like she's like go. And I think she would have been a real challenge for you because she's extremely smart. And she probably gave you a hard time because she wasn't being challenged enough here. She's one of those.
Right, okay. Yeah.
You would have had a hard time on your hands. So you're good with your son.
Right, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for everything. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Did you want to ask him anything?
No, I just hope that he can be in peace. He is know that he's forgiven.
He's going to be now, and he really is wanting a different relationship with you. So he's hoping that you'll talk to him here through your mind.
Okay.
He can hear everything. Everything you feel, he can feel. So if you do get angry with him, just talk it out with him. He's not going to get hurt by it. And ask him to keep showing you signs, and it's just a different way to communicate with them. It's actually really fun, because once you get into it, you start seeing all the cool things that you experience with them. Do you know?
Right. Yeah.
So he's hoping that this could be a brand new, fresh step for you guys as souls that
Okay.
knew each other.
That's perfect. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You have a
All right.
great
Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much.
joining.
Thanks, everybody.